What was it like to grow up as the children of Judy Garland? How did they navigate the immense pressures, the public scrutiny, and the weight of such an extraordinary legacy? Each of them carved their own path, sometimes in the spotlight, sometimes far from it, but always connected to the magic and the struggles of their iconic mother. Today we're diving into the real stories of what happened to Judy Garland's kids. Number 3. Liza Minnelli. Born on March 12, 1946 in Los Angeles, she was Hollywood royalty from her first breath. Her mother, the one and only Judy Garland, her father, the distinguished film director, Vincente Minnelli. Lisa was practically raised at MGM Studios. While her parents worked long hours, the studio backlots became her playground. Her film debut came at 14 months uncredited in her mother's film In the Good Old Summertime. At 10 in 1956, she danced on stage at the New York Palace Theater, while Judy sang Swanee and co-hosted the first TV broadcast of The Wizard of Oz with Burt Lahr. These early experiences blurred the lines between family life and show business. Judy Garland was a phenomenon, from child star to MGM superstar with iconic films like The Wizard of Oz, Meet Me in St. Louis, and A Star is Born. Her live performances were legendary, especially her 1961 Carnegie Hall concert, which won 5 Grammys. But this success was shadowed by profound personal struggles. Studio pressure, addiction starting in her teens from studio-supplied drugs, nervous breakdowns, and financial chaos. Judy died at 47 in 1969 from an accidental overdose. Liza grew up in this whirlwind. She attended around 14 different schools, often due to her mother's financial instability. Despite the chaos, Liza remembered it as a swell time. But as the eldest, she often took on a caretaking role, even trying to manage her mother's medication with her sister Lorna to prevent overdose. This immense responsibility likely built her resilience. Liza has always fiercely protected her mother's legacy, wanting Judy remembered for her talent and spirit. Liza's father, Vincente Minnelli, was a celebrated film director known for visually stunning musicals. He and Judy married in 1945 but divorced in 1951. Vincente remained a cherished presence in Liza's life, a funny, wonderful man who nurtured her artistic sensibilities, teaching her about aesthetics and design. He treated her like a princess and encouraged her performances. While Judy's influence was raw performance emotion, Vincente's was about aesthetic refinement. Liza admitted her parents didn't really like each other, so she bounced back and forth between their different worlds, likely fostering her adaptability. At 16, Liza Minnelli headed to New York. In 1963, she won a Theatre World Award for the off-Broadway revival of Best Foot Forward. In 1964, Judy invited Liza to perform with her at the London Palladium. The audience's wild enthusiasm for Liza was a revelation, making Judy realize her daughter was a powerful performer in her own right, though Liza recalled moments of professional rivalry from her mother. In 1965, at just 19, Liza won the Tony Award for Best Leading Actress in a musical for Flora, The Red Menace, becoming the youngest woman ever to win it at the time, proving she was a major talent, not just Judy's daughter. Hollywood beckoned. Liza got her first Oscar nomination at 23 for The Sterile Cuckoo, 1969. But it was her electrifying role as Sally Bowles in Bob Fosse's 1972 film Cabaret that made her an international superstar. Her portrayal of the flamboyant, fragile Kit Kat club singer earned her the Academy Award for Best Actress, a Golden Globe, and a BAFTA. Cabaret itself won 8 Oscars. Sally Bowles became synonymous with Liza Minnelli, and her success landed her on the covers of Time and Newsweek in the same week. A star is confirmed. EGOT, status, and acclaim. Cabaret was a cornerstone of a career that led Liza to the rare EGOT status. Oscar, Best Actress for Cabaret, 1973. Tonys, 4 in total, including for Flora. The Red Menace, 1965. Liza at the Winter Garden, 1974. The Act, 1978, and Liza's at the Palace, 2009. Emmy, for her 1973 TV special, Liza with a Z, A Concert for Television. Grammy, the Grammy Legend Award in 1990. She also starred in films like Arthur and delivered numerous acclaimed TV appearances and concerts. Liza cultivated a style that was edgier and more modern than her mother's, solidifying her as an independent superstar. While Liza's career glittered, her personal life was often turbulent. She married and divorced 4 times. Peter Allen, 1967 to 1974, Jack Haley Jr., 1974 to 1979, Mark Jarrow, 1979 to 1992, and David Guest, 2002 to 2007. A deep sadness was her inability to have children, suffering 3 miscarriages during her marriage to Mark Jarrow, her biggest disappointment. Liza also battled substance abuse and inherited disease. She first entered rehab in 1984 and sought treatment multiple times since. Beyond addiction, she faced a life-threatening bout of viral encephalitis in 2000, which temporarily left her unable to walk or talk. Doctors gave a grim prognosis, but Liza fought back with incredible determination, learning to walk and talk again. She's also had multiple hip replacements and other surgeries. Despite these profound personal and physical lows, Liza Minnelli has always embodied the spirit of a survivor. Her upcoming memoir, Kids Wait Till You Hear This, is slated for spring 2026. Liza's journey was shaped by key mentors. Her godmother, Kay Thompson, author of Eloise, French icon, Charles Aznavour, Fred Ebb of Candor and Ebb, Bob Fosse, and fashion designer Halston. These figures provided crucial professional guidance and emotional support. Liza also has 3 younger half-siblings, Lorna Luft and Joey Luft from Judy's marriage to Sidney Luft, and Tina Minnelli from Vincente's later marriage. Liza has emphasized their family closeness, which likely provided vital stability. Number 2, Lorna Luft, born on November 21, 1952, was Judy Garland's second child, her father being the producer Sidney Luft. Lorna's entry into the world of performance was almost a given. At just 11 years old, she, along with a younger Joey, famously sang Santa Claus is Coming to Town with their mother on the 1963 Christmas episode of The Judy Garland Show. It was a family affair, with Liza also taking part. Lorna and Joey also joined Judy on stage during her 1967 engagement at the iconic Palace Theater, and even had small cameos in Judy's 1963 film, I Could Go On Singing. Following in the formidable footsteps of her mother and older sister, Lorna Luft also carved out a career as a singer and actress. More than just pursuing her own career, Lorna has been a dedicated guardian of her mother's legacy. She has actively honored Judy Garland through her own music by writing books and creating award-nominated shows that pay tribute to her mother's unparalleled artistry, ensuring that new generations can experience the magic of Garland. In her personal life, Lorna Luft married musician Gerald Jake Hooker, born Jerry Mamberg in 1977. Jake, a rocker who also served as Lorna's manager, and Lorna had 2 children, their son, Jesse Hooker, also known as Jesse Richards, born in April 1984, and their daughter, Vanessa Hooker, born Vanessa Jade Richards, born in September 1990. Their marriage ended in divorce in 1993. Lorna has expressed a quiet satisfaction with her children's choices to pursue careers outside of show business. Jesse became a stockbroker. "Someone has to know about money in this family," Lorna quipped, possibly a light-hearted reference to the financial ups and downs often experienced in artistic careers. Vanessa became a successful lawyer. While Lorna has said she would have supported her children had they chosen careers in entertainment, she also admitted that the idea of child stars makes her feel uncomfortable. Her ultimate focus, as she has stated, is clear. "My children are healthy and doing well. I have a life, and it is not about show business. For me, it is family first." Number 1. Joey Luft was born on March 29, 1955, in Los Angeles, the youngest child of Judy Garland and her third husband, Sidney Luft. His life has been a quieter journey compared to his sister's, largely spent behind the scenes. Joey's introduction to performing was alongside Lorna on the Judy Garland Show's 1963 Christmas episode and at the Palace Theater in 1967. He also had a cameo in I could go on singing. He was only 14 when Judy Garland died in 1969. He has spoken candidly and heartbreakingly about the difficulties of his childhood, recalling, "There were times when my mom wasn't acting right, so I'd ask my dad, 'Is she sick?' And he explained it all to me. It was exceptionally hard to deal with as a kid. I was powerless." This early exposure to his mother's struggles clearly left a deep impact. Unlike his sisters, Joey Luft largely chose a life away from the spotlight. He studied photography and sound and worked on various movie sets, stating, "I've been more behind the camera." While he had a few acting credits, including on great performances, his main career was in technical and creative production, a deliberate pivot from the performance arena. However, in a notable and deeply personal move, Joey stepped onto the stage in 2014 at age 59 with a one-man show titled A Judy Garland Concert with Joey Luft at the Pasadena Playhouse. His goal was to educate people and show who she was, what she was all about, one of the world's greatest entertainers, noting many only knew her from The Wizard of Oz. The show featured clips of Garland singing, interwoven with Joey's personal stories about the realities of her life. He found it fun to get on stage and share stories about his mother, clarifying what really happened. This was his act of filial devotion, an attempt to share a fuller, more human portrait of his mother. Joey Luft has consistently maintained a more private existence. He has participated in interviews about his mother's legacy, always emphasizing her positive qualities. She was a performer. She was a mother. She loved people. She was the most caring person. She had the greatest sense of humor. He has expressed a desire to not talk about the bad things, fiercely protecting her positive attributes despite acknowledging the hardships. They are more than just Judy Garland's children. They are individuals who, each in their own way, have contributed to the ongoing story of one of Hollywood's most iconic families, ensuring that while Judy's light was extinguished too soon, her spirit and theirs continues to shine.